In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do this adorable granny stripe stitch.
Hi, this is Katie, and welcome to the Nodding Perch, where I like to talk and share all things crochet. So you ready? Let's go.
For this tutorial, I am using the hook size H, 5mm, and the yarn is I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby. So to get started in the first row, you are going to do a double crochet into the 4th chain from hook. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 1 double crochet into that 4th chain from the hook. Now the 4 chains that you skipped, that's going to act as your first double crochet. Then the double crochet that you did make, that's going to act as your second double crochet. Now we're going to skip 2 chains, and into the 3rd chain we're going to do our first double crochet cluster, which is 3 double crochets into 1 stitch. That's 1, 2, and 3. That's our first double crochet cluster. And we're going to repeat this all the way down. We're going to skip 2, and then to the next chain we're going to do our next cluster. And this is number 3 of the double crochet in the cluster. There you go. Okay, I'm going to do this all the way down. I'm going to skip 2 and do a cluster, and then I'll show you at the end on how we turn on the first row. Okay, I'm putting the last double crochet into the last cluster, and at the end you have your 2 stitches that you're going to skip, and then in the last stitch you're going to do 2 double crochets. As you remember, at this round we started with 2 double crochets, so we're going to end with 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Okay, so that's row 1. Now this pattern is a 2-row repeat, so I'll show you how to do the next row. You're going to turn and you're going to chain 2, or you can chain 3. Just depends on how many chains it takes for you to reach the height of your double crochet. My double crochets tend to be about two chains tall. So on this row, we're just going to start with that 1 double crochet. So that chain 2 or 3 acts as your first double crochet. And then in this space right here, between the clusters, we're going to do our 3 double crochet cluster. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go down the row, and in between each of the clusters from the previous row into that space right there where my finger is, we're going to do our set of double crochet clusters. Notice I'm going into the space. I'm not going into the stitch on top. There's our second cluster. And I'll meet you at the end to show you how we get ready for the next row. Here's my last space I'm going to do a cluster into. All right, since this row we started with the 1 double crochet, you can see that my finger's in the way. That means we're going to end this row with 1 double crochet. And I like to do it in between the double crochets right here. Not into the chain, but just right below it through that little hole. All right, for the next round, we're going to turn, chain 2, because remember the chain 2 or your chain 3 is going to act like your first double crochet. And in this round, since we ended the previous round with 1 double crochet, that means this next round we're going to start with 2 double crochets. So that chain is your first double crochet, and then you're going to do your second. I like to do it just right in between that space there. 2, and then you're going to continue doing your clusters in between the spaces. So at the end of this row, I'm going to show you how we change color. So the previous row we ended with the 1 double crochet, so that means on this row we need to end with the 2 double crochet. So we'll start our double crochet, we'll do 1, and then we'll start with our second one. But don't finish that second double crochet. You're going to get your new color, and you're going to put your new color on your hook, and you're going to finish your stitch with that new color. All right, and we'll turn. And on this row, we're going to do a chain 2 or your 3, and we're going to start with that 1 double crochet, and then we're going to go into the cluster into that first space. And that's how we change color. This is a really fun stitch for your stash busters. It works up really pretty with all the different colors. I know I did 3 rows before I did my color change, but it does look really nice if you do every 2 rows and change your color. Even like after every 1 row and a color change, it's pretty cool. And that is how you do the granny stripe. So if you haven't already, go ahead, give me a follow, and then I will see you on my next tutorial.